I'm working on our bathroom addition in our attic space. This week I waterproofed the shower walls with the Schluter System, and to be honest, it took me most of the week. Part of it was I just had to have the courage to start because I've never done it before. I spent hours researching how to do it, so I had the knowledge and the tools to start, but I just had to find a little bit of courage. Today I'm in that spot again with putting the shower pan down. I have a very good idea and good videos to reference on how to do it, but I just need to start. So I get asked actually quite often by like friends and family how I do it. Research. I do a ton of research. I have my dad as a really great resource, but I also watch a ton of YouTube videos. And then I just have to have courage. Courage is a really important piece of it. So if you're wanting to try something, do some research, take a deep breath, and then start. So that's where I'm at today. And I'm going to start by cleaning the floor. So here we go. Okay, now I'm going to grab the shower pan and dry fit it. I might have to make some cuts on it to make sure it's centered with my drain flange. And now for sure I have to take off 1/2 inch from both sides where the walls are, because when the plumber set the drain, we didn't take into account the 1/2 inch drywall. I'm going to measure that and cut it and see if I need to make adjustments after that. Do need to go that way, just a little bit. Good. And now I'm going to look up a YouTube video and make sure I don't miss a step. I guess I've confirmed that I know what to do. I like referencing videos as I go sometimes just to make sure I don't miss a step, because it's easier to make sure beforehand than to try to go back and fix it. So now I'm just going to clean off and dampen the floor again, and then I'm going to put thin set down and install the pan. I just have to do the curbs yet, but I will come back and do that later. I took a little break, and on my break I came to a couple of realizations. When I installed the pan, I probably should have put some thin set up the wall just a little bit to give that another place for it to adhere, and I forgot to do that. It's not a big deal, I don't think, because there's a small gap that I can still put some thin set down in there to let it adhere, and I don't think the pan is going anywhere anyway. Also, I brought in the curb and found that this side fits well. I measured pretty well. Now, the one here on the back side, there is like a maybe 3/4 inch gap. I'm not sure, I must have done math wrong at some point, or because I had to take a little bit more off the top end of the shower pan when I installed it. Again, not a huge deal, because I know that that can be filled, I think, with some type of material. That's something now I have to go back and do some more research just to make sure that I fill it with the right thing. I'm not sure if it's just regular thin set or if it's a different type of mortar, but I will find that out and then come back and do that. So I am about to get ready to install the shower curb, but before I do that, because I research all the time, I'm going to do a little bit of research before I actually put them down and adhere them. But one of the biggest things I've learned in my journey of doing house projects and taking things on is that it's never ever goes 100%. There's always something that comes up. There's always something you have to problem solve, and the majority of the time you can figure out a solution for it. Sometimes that means starting over, but thankfully I'm not at that place with this. I just have a couple of little things like filling the gaps and filling this gap and then making sure everything is set. So I'm gonna go do some research and then we'll be back and hopefully be installing these. I found a Schluter video showing that I can fill that gap with dry pack mortar. I don't have that here, but I can go ahead and install the curbs and then do that after. I'm gonna get started. First I have to cut down this curb because it is too long. Easy measurement. Just put this one in place, and these lines on here are really nice. I can just cut along the lines. Now when I set this in place, I don't want the end that doesn't have any foam and the end facing the outside, so I'm going to flip it over and I'll put this end there. I might actually glue this in place. I don't know if it's necessary, but it would give the mortar another place to adhere to. Time to go mix up some more mortar. Same process as installing the pan. And this time, since I forgot with the shower pan, I'm going to remember to put it up on the sides of the shower pan as well as the wall. That first step was just pushing the thin set into the floor, and the next step is going to be actually notching it and then setting it. It was just very slightly out of level, so I'm just adding a little bit more thin set on this side. See if we can get it a little bit closer. Probably not a big deal because it's not very far off, but this is just me being picky. was just making sure that was level. Now that I'm not gluing this in, I'm just going to put some mortar on there and then pop it in. Cool. It is square. Okay, so let's just check square here. That is square. So I'm going to finish up by filling in the gap, doing the edge banding to finish waterproofing the tray, and I will be done waterproofing the shower. Thanks for following along, and go tackle that project you've been nervous to start.